Turnip28 is a grim and bizarre miniature wargame. It's set in a world where society has collapsed into muddy, root-obsessed chaos. Imagine basically a post-apocalyptic Napoleonic era where factions wage war in the muck and the mire, led by grotesque, twisted, aristocratic snobs. The game blends historical aesthetics with surreal, fungal horrors, with armies consisting of half-starved peasants, deranged knights, and crumbling war machines, all of which are infested with monstrous root-like growths. The world is bleak, it's overgrown with creepy tubers, and utterly hopeless. But the absurdity of its inhabitants' devotion to their bizarre vegetable overlords creates a unique mix of dark humor and grim desperation. Turnip28 is the brainchild of artist Max Fitzgerald, and is also a kitbasher's dream. It challenges us to imagine and build models that reflect a decayed, overgrown aesthetic where characters are often clumsy, inept, or constantly on the verge of starvation or madness. Humor meets horror, or maybe horror meets humor. Honestly, only the root vegetables know the whole truth. If you've had a chance to check out my Deathcore Slaughterhouse 5 video, then you know that absurdist literature and dark satire are a rich source of inspiration for my work. So I went on a quest to both find the type of root vegetable my Turnip28 army was to worship, and at the same time give them an identity worthy of the Turnip28 universe. In my botanical tuber journey of research, I managed to discover the deceptively unassuming Sunchoke. The Sunchoke, also known as the Jerusalem artichoke, is a knobbly, root-like tuber with a taste similar to a nutty sweet potato. Now, the taste doesn't sound so bad. It actually sounds kind of appealing. However, its infamous reputation comes from its powerful digestive side effects. Often dubbed the fartichoke, consuming sunchokes can lead to severe bloating and excessive flatulence due to its high inulin content, a type of carbohydrate that ferments in the digestive system. What a perfect symbol for the miserable existence of my army, malnourished, hungry for anything, and cursed by the very food they scavenged to survive, enduring the constant torment of gastronomic distress. Well, it didn't take a mental leap for me to then arrive somehow at the 1975 film Monty Python and the Holy Grail. As the floodgates opened, so to speak, I found a tremendous amount of inspiration in Monty Python's humor that relies on a blend of slapstick, wordplay, and social satire. Their bold, anarchic style influenced not only British culture, but also international humor. And behind the blended visual language and imagery of Monty Python was one of my favorite directors of all time, Terry Gilliam. His surreal, cut-out animations became a defining feature of Monty Python's Flying Circus show, linking the otherwise disjointed sketches with strange, dreamlike visuals. These animations were often dark, absurd, and grotesque, embodying the Monty Python spirit of challenging convention while injecting a sense of chaotic visual humor. By the way, Terry Gilliam is that same person who directed Time Bandits, 12 Monkeys, Brazil, The Zero Theorem, and The Man Who Killed Don Quixote, among others. So, back to Monty Python and the Holy Grail. In addition to directing the film, I loved Gilliam's animations and graphic design for it as well. From a Trojan rabbit that was built from wood and launched over a castle wall, to a maniacal, rabid white rabbit that attacks and kills knights, to a giant head running around only with legs, to heralds blowing music out of their backsides. The references and ideas that came from this film were rapid and plentiful for me. The connection to Monty Python and the Holy Grail and Turnip28 lies in their shared absurdity and irreverence. Both of them subvert historical and heroic narratives by blending the ridiculous with the macabre. Holy Grail pokes fun at medieval epics with bumbling knights and illogical quests, and Turnip28 warps Napoleonic and medieval military tropes into a darkly humorous root vegetable-infested nightmare. The humor of futility, ragtag underdogs, and surreal, often nonsensical elements unite both worlds in their unique takes on historical parody. Now open your eyes wide and close your nose tight. The butt-clenching Brotherhood of the Sulphorous Sunchoke 6th is marching in.
In the bogs of Sist, where rot guides the way, a brotherhood rose in the mud and decay. They worshipped a root, both vile and strange, a twisted sunchoke, foul and deranged. Todd Belchwell, the blessed prophet of wind, claimed he could hear the root deep within. It spoke through his bowels, a gaseous hymn, a noxious curse that burned through his skin. The divine wind, he croaked and cried, weaponized the stench that churns inside. His followers, desperate, consumed the root, and their flatulence grew ready to shoot. The blessed inferno of indomitable fame, jets of gas set the battlefield aflame. In stinking robes and armed with farm tools, they stayed downwind, making their enemies fools. Their legacy spread like a stench in the night. Armies broke ranks and fled from the fight. For none could stand the reek they bore. The foul brotherhood feared evermore. Yet glory they sought not. That was not a joke. They were blessing the world with the sacred Sunchoke.
I do hope you've enjoyed this sun-choked journey into the world of Turnip28. And as always, thanks for watching.